when you see a downbeat with a lyric, like it could be walking, that could be the downbeat. But before walking, you might want to put a drum fill in there. But if James Taylor's going 1, 2, 3, I've been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. You don't want to go,
no.
When he's singing, well, I'm walking, you want to let the people hear, well, I'm walking my, you don't fill over there, you know, Jimmy Johnson would always say, let him have the time. Everybody in this band, Mike Landau, Chad Wackerman, James Taylor, Larry Goldings, they have great time. Don't try to force the time.
Oh, it's true. I mean, you can stop and the band grooves without you. And a lot of those songs, is, you know, like the drums come in after the second chorus sometimes.
Yeah.
And so then the challenge is, how do you make that smooth transition? There can't be any tempo change. It's got to be like your faders were down and now we're bringing the faders up. The drums are it just appears, you know. But the lyrics, then the opposite of what you're talking about is some of the Zappa stuff, like the punchline of the song, he would want the drums to play the rhythm of the lyric.
Valley Girl.
Or there was one tune that Bozio played on Dancing Fool. It was a big hit of his, and it's about the whole disco era and how bad people were dancing in these disco, you know. And so this one lick is, he said, now play all these notes and just rest on one and play a string of 16th notes, play I may be totally wrong, but I'm a 1.
What?
And I said, I may be, what time signature is that? He said, I don't know.
Yeah.
Rest on 1, I may be totally wrong, but I'm a, so it's his, I don't know, 11 or 13 or something, but
you would know that.
We don't know that. I may be totally wrong, but I'm a 1. But that would punch out his words.
Right.
So he wanted the percussion to be with him in that instance.
Wow.
Yeah.
And sometimes in pop tunes, you can do that. They'll want some, or the band might even stop and the lyric will be this big moment. And sometimes the drums go along with that to make it, if it's in a more aggressive kind of music. So it's both. You have to be in tune, listen first. I mean, the other thing I'll say, not only the drummer in James Taylor's group, but, you know, if you're playing a song for the first time or something, and say the guitar player Landau plays a little fill, everybody else lets him play that fill. Let him do it space. Don't play on top of even that. It's like, oh, that was a cool moment. Next time, I'm not going to step on that.
Yeah.
And then maybe Larry Goldings has this fill, and then James has a little, you have this, which creates this whole cool balance of, hear this instrument, then this one. It's almost like an arranger, but it happens very organically.
Those guys, Goldings and Landau, those two guys, you're playing with those guys.
Yeah, and Jimmy Johnson.
They'll play better drum fills than you do without having drums.
Yeah, right.
And that's the best drum fill.
That's it.
Or not drum fill. That's the best fill to have is not the drum fill, but those guys. But you know, those guys can do it. I mean, they can. That's what. And again, I have to say it. If you're playing with people of that caliber, then you can know that, and that can make sense to you, and you can use that in your playing forever. But if you don't get to that level, you don't play with people like that, then you're going to naturally want to play the drum fill because it needs something there, you know, I've been in that situation so many times where I had to play drum fills. I instinctivly knew I had to play a fill, and I didn't necessarily, I wished I didn't have to. I wish somebody would step up, you know, but that's what it is, you know.